We are about a third of the way through the football season. The Premier League table is really starting to take shape, and what we can do now is we can grade every single team's progress so far. Helping me do this is the wonderful Ade Oladipo. How are you, sir?
Not bad. Thanks for having me.
Right, it's an honour, as always.
You know what the streets are saying? Do you know what the streets are saying, by the way?
The streets will never forget
This is what they're saying. They're saying that Rory Jennings favours Turkish more than he does Ade.
Are they?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Completely true. No, of course, mate. Of course, it's always a joy to have you on. I love what the channel's becoming. I'm really, really enjoying it. And thank you to everybody for watching. Of course, I really do appreciate it. And actually, while I'm talking to you like this, please do me a favour. Please do click subscribe. It really, really helps us out if you would do that. Thank you so much. Right, today, Addy, without fear, without favour, we are going to grade every single team's contribution to the Premier League so far. Okay. How have they got on? Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's school days.
What are we going? Are we going A to Z?
A star to unclassified, mate.
Oh, wow.
A star to unclassified.
Okay.
So let's go straight into the deep end now. Let's discuss Newcastle United. Off the back of what they achieved last year, there was a period where it felt like Newcastle United had finally turned a corner. They won silverware for the first time in 70 years. They made it into the Champions League spots. They had some of the most exciting players in the Premier League. Yeah. And off the back of winning that trophy, beating Arsenal home and away in the semi-final, beating Liverpool in the final, I can't believe where we are.
You can. When you really sort of drill down to their season or their pre-season, start of the summer, and them not being able to get anyone in, or at least the main targets in, and then the issues of Alexander Isak, which just crashed all their pre-season. Like just every question Eddie Howe kept getting asked was about Alexander Isak. And then, Isak goes, and then Vissa comes. Vissa's barely kicked a ball for them. Elanga's not really landed. He landed well in the first couple of games. He's fallen off a cliff. Doesn't even make the starting 11 now.
But this is all surprising, isn't it? This is all surprising. Like, think about where they were when they won that trophy.
Yeah.
Then, off the back of winning the trophy, they make it into the European Cup. That is a phenomenal season for Newcastle United.
But you always tell me, one thing you always tell me, and you are correct, is strength from a position of strength.
Yeah.
They haven't strength.
But that's the surprising part.
Yeah.
Like, up until that point, I think Eddie Howe, I think he's a wonderful manager. I also think that he navigated the transfer windows at Newcastle fairly well.
Yeah.
You look at the acquisitions that he's made, generally speaking, they've been great. Whoever you want to talk about, you go, Livramento, brilliant signing for Newcastle United. Tonali, brilliant signing for Newcastle
Even in that
United.
situation with Tonali being suspended and the way he's brought him back into the fold where you completely forget about the suspension.
Yeah.
And that midfield, that brilliant midfield, but that brilliant free midfield has been broken up a few times this season, where it's not been that Joe Linton, Guimaraes and Tonali, which at times last season was the best midfield in the league. Yeah. Now it's kind of been broken up a little bit.
Why did the summer go so wrong? Like, they were on the crest of the wave.
Isak it dominated everything. It really, literally ruined their transfer.
It ruined I do agree.
You keep Isak and then you add a couple more, which is what they wanted to do. I think Newcastle right up there.
But even if you lose Isak, like, nobody wants to lose a world-class player.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that to happen. Nobody wants to lose their best player. But there is a world where you can lose a very good player.
True.
And you can keep moving. You can keep moving forward. The stumbling in the summer, it wasn't. Look, losing Isak was a huge distraction, really problematic. But why didn't they sign Benjamin Sesko? Yeah. Why didn't they sign João Pedro?
Yeah.
Why didn't they sign Brian Mbeumo? Why didn't they sign Mark Gahey?
Yeah, there's so many.
Like, there are countless. Liam Delap.
Yeah.
That we can't blame Alexander Isak for that. I think you have to blame the ambition of the owners.
And even if you lose Isak and still keep that squad of players shouldn't be doing, and I'm hypocritical here because we're going to get to Liverpool a bit later, they shouldn't be doing as bad as they're doing with that squad of players and that manager.
No, I agree.
So if we're grading them, I mean,
it's been a complete disaster. Let's be totally frank. We don't need to be kind. We have to do this as fairly as possible.
Because we're going all the way to you.
No, but Geordies won't like this.
An E?
But it's been abysmal.
An E?
Yeah.
You going deeper than that?
I think E's probably about right.
Yeah.
But primarily because what I thought Newcastle were going to become, I thought that they could have used that League Cup win to then launch a serious and sustained bid to win the Premier League. You win silverware, you make it into the European Cup, you have some of the richest owners in the world, you use all of that.
Even without their talisman?
Even if you sack Leeds,
even without, okay.
You make sure you get Ekitike in. Remember, they had Ekitike, and they didn't get it over the line.
Forget about that.
You replace Alexander Isak with Ekitike, you have more money at the club, you can spend more money, maybe you bring in a Gehi, you elevate the squad, you might lose an individual, but you elevate the squad, and you move forward again. That hasn't happened. Their home form is abysmal.
Yeah,
I mean,
it feels like it's gone a bit stale as well. Like they tried Anthony Gordon through the middle a couple of times.
Terrible. He's been a shocking player.
He's been bad for them. Yeah. So the players have clearly dropped off a little bit. They've had injuries. I don't want to give them excuses because we were doing that at the back end of last season. But from what I expected, for them not to be,
they're languishing around mid-table.
Not good enough.
Not good.
Not good enough.
E for Newcastle.
E for Newcastle.
We started strong here.
Yeah, it was you in it. I was going to go D, but you gave
strong.
me that look.
I think it's right, though.
Yeah, I think right. I think he's
okay, next let's talk Burnley. They came up. Scott Parker. It was always going to be tough. It's so difficult for them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because ultimately, they aren't good enough.
Remember, in the Championship, they were the best for not conceding.
Yeah.
And that was their thing. Yeah, that was their thing. They lost Trafford, but their thing wasn't scoring. It was like, we can't concede. Our defence is so good. All of a sudden, they don't score in the Premier League, and now they concede. And they try to add experience. Obviously, Carl Walker's come in, but they're just not good enough.
They're not good enough.
And I don't know if they've got a manager. No, look, we like Scott Parker because of how he was as a player, robust, and I almost want him to achieve something as a manager. But I don't know if he's a good enough Premier League manager. We've seen it with Bournemouth, we've seen it with Fulham, and nothing shows me he's good enough for the Premier League.
The trouble is with Scott Parker, it's very difficult to judge him because he's never really had a fair crack.
He's getting a crack now.
He is, but the odds are massively stacked against him. If you go in to be Burnley manager in the Premier League, law of averages, you're going down, regardless of who it is.
But you look at, you're right, but you look at, and again, this is, maybe I'm comparing the wrong two, but look at what Regis Lebree's doing with Sunderland.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he spent a lot more money, but yeah.
And Sunderland are a massive club, don't get me wrong, but in terms of recently being in the Premier League, it's Burnley.
Or what Iraola's doing at Bournemouth.
So I don't know. So it's difficult for me to really low grade them because at the start of the season when we did our predictions, I said they're going to go down.
Well,
so I'm not.
My grading is actually quite positive.
Yeah.
Because they aren't really good enough to be in the Premier League.
Yeah.
The squad is not good enough, but they might stay. They might stay up. They're not dead and buried. No, they've already made a better fist of it than Southampton did last year.
Very true.
They've already made it a fight, given their fans something to cheer.
And they haven't spent the money the other two that came up have. So they haven't spent the money that Leeds spent, and they certainly haven't spent the money that Sunderland spent.
Look, Burnley will probably go down, but the fact that they won't definitely go down is already an achievement.
Yeah. The fact they didn't go down all those years in the Prem was an achievement.
Yeah.
So it doesn't surprise me to go down. So I would give them a C.
C, I think so as well.
C.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think C for Burnley is fair enough.
Right, yeah.
I mean, the easiest one of the lot that we're going to do. Should we just get it out of the way?
Go on.
Should we talk Wolverhampton Wanderers? Yeah.
I think it's... But some might say, look at the players they've lost. Some might say, you talk about talisman. I mean, Cunha going is massive.
Yeah, Ait-Nouri.
I mean, Ait-Nouri and Cunha going is crazy.
But this is what we're grading. We're not only grading this, we're grading the board. We're grading the owners. We're grading the entirety of the club, aren't we? And
the fact you don't have a win in what, as you say, a third of the way through. Like they played like 13, 14 games. Yeah. They have a win. One win. I mean, do
you think that they could beat the Derby County 11 points tally?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I really do.
See, I don't think they'll be that bad.
You don't think so?
They basically need to win like 3 games over the course of the season.
Yeah, but they've not looked like winning anything, and we're a third way through.
Yeah. So, I suppose the fact that it's even look, they are about as dead and buried. They bought in Rob Edwards, which feels like a weird appointment.
This is it. So if you said break the Derby record, and I'm not even joking, even if it was Sam Allardyce, I'd have said, you know what, he might have a fighting chance against Sam Allardyce. And maybe we like that because we're 90s football fans. If they brought in Sean Dyche, like what he's done with Forest, I'd have said, okay, there's a chance. What does Rob Edwards know about what's he know about the Prem?
No, I agree. I agree. I think it's a terrible point. Do you know what I'm buzzing for? This is what I really want to happen. Desperately. FA Cup draw. I want Middlesbrough at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers. That is the tie of the round. If that happens,
you just want violence.
Mate, I want Rob Edwards to have to go back
each other on the way up.
No, you want them to play each other.
So you don't want Middlesbrough just to go.
No, I mean, I want that to happen ultimately, but I want them to play each other. I want Rob Edwards to have to go and stand on the touchline at I was going to call it the BT Cellnet. What on earth is it called now? Riverside.
Riverside, yeah.
Riverside, the BT Cellnet. Yeah, Aston Park.
I like Rob
Aston
Edwards,
Park.
but he doesn't even inspire you on the touchline to think where they're
he's
going to get their
nobody.
new manager bounce.
Rob Edwards is nobody. He had a half-decent season that ultimately ended in relegation with
Back
Luton
to
Town.
back. No, back to
He
back
then took a
relegations.
Premier League team into the League One, and people seem to see him as this
It's good looking.
decent manager.
It's good looking.
I don't get it, but no, they are undoubtedly a you.
Okay.
What's happening, everybody? I'm sorry to interrupt your video, but I am saying something very important. Don't skip. Do not skip forward. This video is brought to you by Proton VPN. Now, I know I look ridiculous, but my studio is absolutely Baltic. I'm freezing, and therefore I have no choice but to deliver this ad read dressed like this. But the good news for you is that Proton VPN have a Black Friday deal that is absolutely perfect for you. And let me be very clear. This VPN takes security incredibly seriously. You do not have to worry about malware. You do not have to worry about viruses. Proton VPN doesn't just promise security. They back it up with legal foundation and years of experience. So listen to this huge offer. We are talking up to 75% off for this Black Friday. So to get up to 75% off, yes, 75% off, go to protonvpn.com/Rory Jennings. Alternatively, you scan the QR code that's on screen now or click the link that's in the description. I'm sure that you have family over the next few weeks, don't you? And I'm sure that you know it's going to be stressful. You may have exhausted English Netflix. Have a little butcher's, see what else is going on elsewhere. Trust me. It's incredible. You just hop on over to US Netflix by clicking the server and connecting. Not just the USA either. The world is a big place. Let's see what's going on over in Germany, Spain, Australia. Over 110 countries are available. Problemo solved. Small talk averted. Just get the old custard and jelly on and you are laughing. Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, the streaming world is your oyster. Now this offer is for a limited time only, and I say this with meaning and love. You are a subscriber on my channel and I care about you. I don't want you to miss out. A reminder, it's up to 75% off now for new users. Proton VPN are doing us all a massive favour this Black Friday. Nice one, Proton. Let's talk now Tottenham Hotspur. It's interesting, Tottenham.
Tough. This is a tough one.
I can't believe...
This is a tough one.
Do you know... I think it's always very important to listen to the fans of a club, isn't it? It's always very important for them to tell you and for you to listen.
Yeah.
Nobody will understand a club more than the fans of that club.
Agreed.
Every Tottenham fan I know wants Thomas Frank.
They've had enough already.
Every single Tottenham fan I know wants Thomas Frank out.
You know what it is? There's just no fight. I think that, you know when you know what they're celebrating, like Spurs fans for the last month, and we know a few have just celebrated Van der Ven's run, and Van der Ven's fast, and Van der Ven's the fastest defender. I'm like, if that's what you're clinging on to as some sort of hope for the rest of the season, you're done.
He's such a small-time manager at the moment. Do you know what he needs to do?
But he started off as such a big-time manager. Like, I read this wrong. The first 5-6 games of the season, I was like, man, he might just be a good manager at a good club, and it's that simple. And I've even got it wrong. I thought it was a great appointment.
What I'm so surprised about is he hasn't manoeuvred himself into a big club mentality. Like, whatever you want to say about Tottenham Hotspur, however much everybody that supports various rivals thinks about Tottenham, they are a huge club. They're a huge club with incredibly ambitious fans and a proud history. That is what they are. They might overdo it a touch here and there, but that is the truth of the matter.
Fair.
What Thomas Frank has done is he has gone in there, and rather than using it as an opportunity to go, right, I've made it work at a small club, now watch this. Now I'm a big-time Charlie. What he's done is he's gone, okay, I'm a massive club, but I am not amending. I am small mentality. He went to Arsenal, their biggest rival, and he played about 7 players whose sole priority was to defend.
You know what, see, that manoeuvring from your sort of small club mentality to a big club mentality, I think it's a lot harder than we think. I think we've seen players get swallowed as well, by the way, that players that have made that jump.
Not everyone's a
Not
Brian
everyone
Obama.
can do it.
No.
Exactly. I mean, David Moyes at Everton, giving him the Spanish name. At Everton, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Went to Man United, didn't know what to do.
Good at West Ham, good at Everton, not a Man United manager.
It's actually quite difficult to do.
It's an interesting debate. It's a debate for another video, but it's one that I'd like to do. Is there such a thing as you are a good manager of a small club? You aren't. Graham Potter is not ready to manage a big club, but he can do a job at a small club. Equally, if you look across Europe.
No, you know what it is? You know what it is actually? And you've hit the nail on the head, but what it is I think when you stay at a small club for so long, like you look at what Vincent Kompany did, and it was literally 2 seasons at Burnley gone. If you stay like Thomas Frank did at Brentford for 9 years.
Yeah.
There's no way you can't just have that mentality of
But
being
there are
small.
so many managers, so many examples now across Europe of managers who have no real experience in anything other than what they are competing in. So, for example, if you look at Mikel Arteta is trying to win the league. His only managerial experience is trying to win the league.
Good shout.
Luis Enrique.
Yeah.
His only like Luis Enrique, when he got nobody went to him. Go and earn your stripes. Go and earn your stripes at Malaga. They just put him straight in the deep end.
You're right. There's examples. Straight big.
Basically, Pep Guardiola straight in because that's what he knows.
Yeah.
You know, when we always say this, don't we? Like Wayne Rooney, Frank Lampard. Wayne Rooney should be at Plymouth. Wayne Rooney spent his entire career trying to win European Cups and Premier League titles in the same season. That's what he's good at. That's what he knows. That's what his experience will be beneficial towards.
Yeah.
What does he know about a relegation scrap in the Championship?
Yeah, I gave you the example of Henry a couple of days ago, didn't I?
Yeah.
Saying that when he was managing the MLS.
Yeah.
And Henry, who's played at the highest level with the greatest players in the world, is trying to give instructions to a kid who's basically a non-league footballer about doing something. And he's looking at the kid like, why can't you do it?
Yeah. And Henry's a great example because he used to do that to really good players at Arsenal.
Yeah.
I remember Henry looking at Reyes like, mate, what are you doing? Like, get to my level or get out of here. It was kind of that mentality.
I remember Ronaldo did that. What's that Dutch player that basically just fell off a cliff that United signed? Everyone thought he was going to be the dad, like the boy in the midfield. Edwin van der Sar wrote a letter, like, look after our kid.
Yeah,
and then he went to Everton on loan.
Not De Jong, the other boy, Van der Beek.
Van der Beek. And there was a bit in training where Van der Beek's trying to do something in training, like a bit of a skill, and it's awful. Yeah. And Ronaldo looks at him like, what is this?
What are you doing? Yeah, look, you've got Graham Potter is a great example of a small manager. Thomas Frank, it seems, is a small manager. Are you capable of transferring the skills? Mate, who knows?
Don't know.
Who knows? But look, Tottenham's season so far, it has not gone to plan. Personally, I don't think it's as bad as they all think it is.
I'm going to say D.
Do you think it's that bad?
I'm going to say D.
Mate, they're right. I listen to Tottenham fans, right? A lot of my good friends. I was with Flav yesterday, and he's so sick of this manager. So I kind of think that your D is accurate. It's just I'm looking at it, and it's rare that I do this, but I feel like I'm bringing more nuance to it, which doesn't really happen to me much. They were 17th last year. They were appalling. They could have been relegated. Thomas Frank is now competing in the Champions League. He's winning games in the Champions League.
But was that just an outlier? Was that an outlier of a season? Yeah, that's not a true reflection as to what Spurs is.
Do you know what it is?
Is it?
It's the derby against Arsenal.
Yeah, well,
and the derby against us.
Where it was just weak.
Can't do that.
It was weak.
So we'll stick with a D?
Yeah.
What about Bournemouth? They started like a house on fire and it's kind of dropped off a bit. But I think it's a successful season. Any season where they're not getting relegated.
Okay, when does that mentality change with Bournemouth?
Never. Bournemouth.
Okay.
But Bournemouth aren't. You know when we talk about clubs that people go, Chelsea or Man City, new money or whatever. Whatever. Chelsea and Man City both are big clubs and kind of always have been. Like the scale of big clubs, where they rank, they were always one of the bigger clubs. Like Chelsea were always one of the statement clubs. Man City were winning league titles. Like
okay. Question then. Obviously, A being the best grade we can give. What would an A season look like for Bournemouth?
I mean, if they'd ever qualify for Europe, that would be the equivalent of winning the Champions League.
Conference League.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Bournemouth.
Okay, so Bournemouth for a B then.
Yeah, because they're kind of in touching. Because they're kind of in touching.
Ultimately, lost the whole of their back five last season.
They lost the whole of their back five.
Any club in world football lose the back five, you're done.
Do you know what though? You said what would be a great season. I said any European qualification. I would almost say that the B of that, just like what is a really good season for Bournemouth. I still believe survival. Survival. I can't. Have you been to that ground?
I have. I did the Premier League game there.
It's not far off Wilson Sports Centre.
No, I would say it's not far off Real Madrid's training facilities.
Yeah.
Like Real Madrid, you know where they play their games, where their training facilities.
Man City's other stadium. Man City's other stadium across the road, over that bridge. It's that, isn't it?
You know what the thing is? If it wasn't for Andoni Iraola, I'd say there'd been a relegation battle every single season. So maybe my expectations of them have
such good players.
That's what it is.
He's like, you know, the kid. I forget his name. No, he's amazing. The geezer who came on to replace Evan Nilsson, he's like this wonder kid.
Yeah. Okay,
Junior.
Yeah.
I was like, how on earth?
Where does he find these players?
How on earth is someone that exciting at Bournemouth?
You know what's really...
Yeah, Junior Krupi.
Yeah. What's really strong about their squad as well is one of their star players. Like, they had two standout players last season. Obviously Kirk is, but I'm talking on the forward line, it was Semenya, obviously, and Kluivert.
Yeah.
Kluivert can't even get a game.
No.
Like,
I like
can't
is
get
it
a game.
Senesi at the back?
Yeah.
They cast him out last year. He's been there the whole time. And then they've eased him back into the team, and suddenly he's looking as good as Howson looked last year.
Yeah, I think.
They're amazing.
They're
They're
I love
already
that.
amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
I'm not far off.
A B for me. You can't say A.
I kind of think I am.
Nah, you can't say A.
It can't get better than this football.
It can.
Okay, B then.
It can.
B, but close to an A.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting one. Manchester United. Manchester United are one of the most unpredictable clubs that I can think of.
Yeah.
Like, they put in one of the most lethargic performances against Everton. I was watching that game. I was in the pub.
Dude, I couldn't believe it. And then they beat Palace.
Everything went wrong for them. Everything went wrong for Everton in that game.
Yeah.
And Everton win the game. Everton.
And by the way, it wasn't just Everton won the game. Everton should have won the game. Yeah, bossed the game with 10 men.
David Moyes coming back to Old Trafford, which is symbolic. The other thing that I thought was very important, they started Seamus Coleman. They started Seamus Coleman because of the experience, Old Trafford, David Moyes a little bit. There's a lot going on.
It is Mr. Everton.
Having
He's
someone
Mr.
like
Everton,
Seamus, he had to go off.
Yeah.
So they lose him. That's bad news, right? They've got this team plan, they've got this game plan, they've got this idea, and it involves Seamus Coleman. He has to go. So that's bad news for the manager. The manager's like, okay, I've been working on something that now has to change.
Yeah.
Then his players have a fight, and wrongly, one of them gets sent off.
Yeah.
So you've lost Coleman. You've now down to 10 men. There's disharmony in the ranks. And you're the most offensive team. You're the team that.
Can you imagine, by the way, what no one talks about is, can you imagine the aggro at half time between those players?
I think
Like that would have kicked off a little bit,
I think it's nothing. I just think it's so insignificant. Like, the sending off was one of the stupidest.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been sent off.
It's got nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with you as a ref.
Yeah.
It's got absolutely nothing to do with you.
If I want a little argy-bargy with my own player, I should be allowed to do it.
Your responsibility of a ref is to be the arbiter between the two teams. It isn't to be the arbiter. So where do you draw the line, ref? Yeah. What about if I swear at my captain?
Yeah.
What about if I call my captain the worst thing I can call him?
Yeah.
Do you get involved there?
Or my manager screams at me and shouts at me.
Yeah, my manager's swearing at me.
At me. Yeah,
where do you draw the line, mate?
It's crazy.
No, yeah, I mean, people will disagree with us on this.
No, they're wrong.
But
I thought they were
Everton were magnificent. Manchester United were abysmal, but then they go to Palace.
And by the way, remember Palace, like, they're down early in that game, or they're down at half time. I'm thinking,
only going one way.
Mate, Selhurst Park's a hard place to go to
especially
nowadays.
from 1-0 down with 45 minutes to play. And
but one thing I did see in that game, and this is why I don't know how to judge United, is that, remember, Crystal Palace had a midweek game in Europe.
They got beat.
So they were leggy, they got beat. And I'm just thinking, it's exactly the same 11 he's starting.
Palace are really struggling, marrying up.
They can't do it.
Do you know when you're new to Europe? I remember this with Chelsea.
It was so hard.
We would almost always drop points the domestic weekend after a European adventure. Yeah. You almost always.
It's almost impossible
until you are as learned as Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool. Until you are as culturally ingrained into the European.
Until you are a squad of 23, 24. As good as Palace are, it's basically a squad of 14. Yeah. And it's the same players. Like, everyone that played midweek played against United, and they look leggy.
And they can't win after
Europe. Which makes me find it difficult to judge United in this.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's say they had won that game 5-0. I still think Amorim needs to go. I just don't think he's a Manchester United manager.
But bear in mind, and you just made the argument about where Tottenham finished last season. Bear in mind where Man United finished last season.
Yeah,
and
with
where
him.
Kind of they are now in the league.
He should have been sacked. They finished there with... If Thomas Frank had Tottenham in 17...
Is it an improvement on last season?
No, but last season was with him as well. So I'm taking the Amorim tenure.
That's unfair. No, you've got to start from now. You can't take the whole tenure.
No, but do you know when he should have been sacked? Yeah. This is the moment when I realised he wasn't the Manchester United manager.
After getting beat by Spurs?
Yeah.
You got to go.
Bilbao.
Yeah, you got to go. You don't even get on the same plane with him.
It was his conduct around it as well. I remember in the build-up to the game, he was talking, and he didn't particularly want to win the game. He wasn't talking like a Manchester United manager. Like, Manchester United, they obviously have bigger aspirations than the Europa League. But I imagine that any Manchester United fan watching or listening to this now, if you could let me know if I'm wrong, I think as a club, they really do find delight in their outrageously brilliant ability to accrue silverware, even when it's going wrong. Yeah. So it went wrong under Van Gaal, they win the FA Cup. Yeah. Goes wrong under Mourinho, they beat Ajax in a European final, right?
Under Ten Hag, he won trophies back to back.
Beat Man City in a final, right?
There's no way United at this stage of their time as a club can be sneery towards any trophy. any trophy.
But that manager,
I don't think he understood the
when
club.
he was talking, he didn't particularly want to win it. He wasn't talking like
but
a
he's
manager.
never understood the club, has he? Really, even the way in which he speaks about the club.
Yeah.
This is the worst we've been since 19.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
do you realise what club you're managing?
He even said on the build-up to that game against Tottenham, he even said, I'm not sure if we want Champions League football because we aren't ready for it. We don't need the games. Like, what?
Yeah. All right, go on then.
I think he's a terrible manager.
No,
Man
they're
United.
great.
This season, I think it's kind of gone as I would have expected it to go, which is really badly.
So,
I mean, Brighton and Bournemouth aside, it's been a fairly catastrophic season, I think. I would say that it's been a D.
okay, I was going to go a bit higher, but yeah.
Better than a D.
No, worse, sorry.
Worse than a D.
Yeah, I was going to go E, F.
E, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I was going to go
I'm
E, F.
happy with E.
I'm not, yeah,
I'm
E.
absolutely
I'm happy with E as well, yeah.
Okay. The alternative now to Manchester United, the nouveau riche, the new kids on the block, Brighton.
Love
They're doing
Brighton.
it again, aren't
I
they?
do like Brighton.
You love them.
I have a soft spot. You know why? Because I lived in Brighton.
Yeah, you did.
I lived in Brighton. So I have a little soft spot for Brighton because they're the team, a bit like Bournemouth, where everyone nicks their players, everyone nicks their manager, and they're almost a team of misfits. Like, how's Danny Welbeck scoring goals like this?
Class.
Yeah, he's made 500 career appearances.
He's class.
Is he?
He's England's second best striker. Let me give you a reasoning for that, right? As a club, Brighton, they're very good at kind of evolving.
Yeah.
They're very good at finding new players.
Yeah.
Whatever they do, they don't really try and replace Danny Welbeck. I know they bought those kids in.
Good shout.
Right, they spent a lot of money on those kids.
Evan Ferguson was a bit of a he's going to come in and be.
Yeah, but what they didn't do, they brought in young kids for the future that they spent money on. But what they didn't do is try and sign like a 26-year-old, 27-year-old centre forward. And the reason they didn't do that is because they got Danny Welbeck.
João Pedro?
Yeah, but since he's gone though.
Okay. Since João Pedro's gone. Okay,
since he's gone.
Fair.
So, and also João Pedro isn't the target man.
He's
Danny
more
Welbeck,
of a 10 João Pedro than the 9.
Danny Welbeck, without injuries, I think has a glittering career.
Okay.
I really do. I know.
Without injuries, is he still at United and Arsenal?
Not the United that he left.
Yeah.
But the United of
now,
today,
yeah.
the United that he left, he probably... I rate Danny Welbeck really highly. But I also agree that he probably wasn't good enough to play for Fergie's Man United. Do you remember he ended up playing midfield that game?
Yeah. He got his games, though. He got his game. I think Rashford caused him a problem. When Rashford came in the scene, it's like, okay, this is someone younger, faster, and ultimately a better footballer. Brighton are the team where you look at the table and you're like, huh? When did they start putting all these wins back to back?
They always do this, but then drop. What they need to do, they need to launch a serious campaign now. They've been around a long time.
No, but they won't because the owner, as you know,
fifth.
the Moneyball system he has is Brighton are going to lose 3 or 4 of their players. There's no doubt 3 or 4 will go.
Before they do you know what I feel like they need to do? Considering how good they've been for so long, and the players that have come through that club, the players that they even have at the club now.
You know what's crazy? I was thinking about that actually. They're the team which had McAllister and Caicedo together in midfield. Like McAllister and Caicedo made a Premier 11 midfield.
Some would argue that Cucurella is Chelsea's best player
right now.
He was there. Some would argue that, and it's not a wild statement. It's not one I agree with, but it's not a wild statement. He came through there.
It's crazy.
Then they get rid of him and they bring in Estepinian, and again it looks brilliant.
Yeah.
Robert Sanchez, Chelsea's keeper, who just kept a clean sheet against Barcelona. They need to see the results of that. They need to get into the Champions League or something.
Yeah, they do.
Which is mental. But you know when
I think that's
you've seen Man
massive...
United finish 7th. You've seen Man United finish 16th. That's more mental.
Okay, then. Okay, like I asked you about Bournemouth, what's Brighton's A? Like, what would be Brighton given an A? Like right now, if we're to grade it,
trophy. This all of this brilliance, and I don't like them. You know I don't.
Yeah.
I just find them very insignificant. But all of this brilliance that they are demonstrating, it needs to mean something. It needs to result in something.
I would grade their season so far as a B+.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah, I think
at
they're
least,
really, really good. There aren't that many on there that are going to be graded higher than this.
As well? I always think Brighton are going to get beat.
And they,
they never get beat.
Never get beat. And I think we need to change the view on the manager, Herzler, because we always talk routinely about Glasner and Andoni Iraola. We don't really put Herzler in this conversation.
No, Herzler should be.
Really good manager.
And so should, I rate Marco Silva.
No, I don't really. I'm still not.
You're not? I rate Silva.
I feel like he's had opportunities.
Silva hurts.
I feel like he's had opportunities. That's
he's had more.
That's what it is. Yeah.
But look, in terms of ranking Brighton,
fair.
B+, absolutely.
Fair.
What about Crystal Palace?
I love Palace.
Good manager,
good
club.
manager, good club, play good
players.
football. Like
So many of their players I rate so highly.
When I was watching Bayern Munich Arsenal the other day, and I was watching that Elise battle with Lewis Skelly and the way he's destroying him, and I was watching Eze, and I'm thinking these were at Palace a couple of years ago and a year ago, respectively. There's so many players in that Palace team. This is the biggest compliment I can give them. I would take right now 3 of their players to put in the Liverpool side.
And let me, Gahey, Lacroix,
Walton,
Mateta.
Okay, so you need Mateta, right? Yeah.
So do you?
Yeah, but I still think Isak and Ekitike will.
Yeah, true.
Whereas
I think Mateta gets in Arsenal's team.
Yeah.
I think Mateta gets in
United's.
I think it obviously gets in Chelsea's.
I don't understand how no one went big for him.
I know.
I'm like, is there something we don't know about him?
Man.
He's a monster. Like everyone big and strong Drogba, right?
No, but he's not.
He's not that. He's
very.
He's silky. He's techie,
man.
And the
He
biggest
scored from the
compliment,
halfway line against Arsenal.
Mate, he's in the French squad.
Yeah.
Do you know
this
how difficult it is to get in
that
that French squad, that front line? He's in the
and do you know
squad.
what? You can see him actually playing because there's so many footballers, beautiful footballers at France who always want the ball into feet.
Yeah.
They kind of need a Giroud, don't they?
Yeah.
They need a Giroud for Griezmann.
Yeah.
Like Mbappe needs a Giroud.
Good shout. I like him, I love the manager.
Wharton, you're right.
Yeah.
I think that Lacroix's brilliant.
Lacroix is brilliant.
Or the fullback who don't stop running.
Who have they got?
Fullback who don't stop running.
Is it Munoz? Who have they got?
Munoz.
Yeah. Look, where have they got him from?
Stop running.
Mate, honestly, I think Glasner's such a... And look...
Is it Henderson in goal there as well? He's mustard.
Henderson in goal.
Mate, they're a good team. They're a good team, good manager.
You know,
they just need
Pickford's not really had a challenge for a while, you know.
There is a world where
there is a world
there is.
where...
He's not yet.
No.
But Henderson's the heir to the throne, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think they've had a very good season as well. They're marrying up European football. It's going to damage their domestic form.
That's the thing.
But they're going to be all right in Europe, I think.
The biggest compliment I can give to them is that any club now going to Selhurst Park, whether it be Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, City, good luck.
Yeah.
You know you're in for a game. This isn't a joke anymore. This isn't we're going to go there and it's 3 points. At any time of the day, they could beat you.
Completely agree.
Yeah,
I give them a B.
B as well. I think a B's fair.
What about Aston Villa? Rocketing up the table. There was talk earlier this year, and I'm really pleased I wasn't part of it. But there was talk about Unai Emery losing his job.
You sure you wasn't part of it?
I wasn't part of it.
Because I know you can go radical sometimes.
I love Emery though.
Okay, fair.
We've all got our thing, haven't we?
Yeah.
I'm just like, whatever the problems at certain clubs, I think, like, I'm changing a bit now. But you know when Liverpool fans 6 weeks ago were going, get Salah out of the team? Yeah. I was like, you're an idiot. Salah is the answer to your problems. Yeah. I'm a little bit like that with Emery. Okay. Like, Emery is the solution. Emery is the answer.
Emery will figure it out.
Yeah, Emery's the answer, not the problem.
100%. Yeah. Like, he started the season, and I bet if you look at the sides that he's chosen between game week 1 and game week 10, he's mixed and matched and tried to find the team. He's finally found it. And you're right. I mean, mate, they were like 16th at one stage, and they've gone dun 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 dun.
They didn't score a goal for the first 5 games of the season.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, they could. It's because they didn't hold on to Rashford, and Ollie Watkins can't hit a barn door.
And they made weird subs. It wasn't working out for Harvey Elliott. Jadon Sancho ridiculously is there. Like,
Harvey Elliott's still a weird one for them, by the way. It's just still not
good player, mate.
Mate, is he, or is he a good systems player?
Good player.
No, I like. But you know, some players now are system players.
It's a big move for him. This has to work.
Yeah.
This has to go well. He has to find rhythm and form.
Yeah.
But he's an half good player.
No, I like him. I do miss him.
He's a very good player.
Good player.
It will be interesting to see how this goes for Villa because it started badly. Where they are New Year's Day will be a real indicator as to who they are.
Wait, okay, but what are they?
Because they had a bad run, then they've had a good run. Let's see if the good run actually ends or they keep it going. Well, if Aston Villa are 4th New Year's Day,
that's incredible.
3rd New Year's Day,
that's incredible.
And then I think they'll stay there.
But
they're also doing it in Europe, you know.
Yeah, it's a good shout as well. They're also doing it in Europe.
I just think Emery's.
But they've got a manager that knows that. That's his bread and butter. Like, that's easy work for him.
He's just a brilliant manager.
What kind of league is he in that manager? Because Pep's by himself, right?
He's not in Pep's league, but he's. Is
he in Slot's league?
Yeah, he's better than Slot. Better than Slot.
Slot
won the league. It's amazing what Slot did. But you can't. One league title doesn't. Unai Emery's been superb
for about a decade.
Yeah. Unai Emery.
So you're saying he's in a
I think
bit
he might be the second best manager in the league.
Could be.
I think he might be the second best manager in the league.
Could be.
Bearing in mind, Pep Guardiola's so in a league of his own that you're almost not comparing him.
Yeah.
It kind of means he's the best. He's the best of the rest.
Yeah, they're not in boxing. They do like the champion, and then they got number 1 rank. That's how they do it. So Pep's the champion.
Yeah.
And then it's like Unai Emery could be number 1.
It's like Yeah, nobody. You don't compare yourself to Usyk.
No.
You don't compare. It'd be like Guardiola needs to be compared to Cruyff and Ferguson.
Yeah.
So let him get compared to them. Now let's compare the Premier League managers. Emery number 1.
Okay, fair. Go on then. What are we thinking?
Good season.
B?
Season.
Is that too
I mean, the form that they've been
They're
in.
marrying Europe as well. Marrying Europe. They have all the issues.
They're in Europe,
season.
and they're in Europe. They're in the Champions League.
I mean, they got Jadon Sancho. How's he play? So it's a B.
I suppose it's a gamble, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, B, because they did have a bad start.
Yeah, the bad start.
Let's go B. Manchester City.
Ooh, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. They have completely thrown me, City.
There is something very worrying for everyone else in the league, though,
mate.
Because it feels like Man City get beat every week. That's what it feels like, right? Every time I put the telly on, they've lost to Villa, or they're losing, they're throwing it away against Fulham. It's all going wrong. And then you look at the league table and you're like, Guardiola going to be very happy with this,
dude. Obviously, as a Liverpool fan, I've had nightmares about them for years because you just feel like this is happening again.
Mate, do you know when you think...
But it's happening again, I think, with worse players. So all of a sudden, I'm looking at... the teams that Liverpool battled had, the meanest defence, had Ederson, and it was Ederson and Alisson, had the best midfield in terms of creativity, and had Aguero up front. This isn't that.
No.
But all of a sudden, it's kind of a mix and match of players.
I can't work out. If I were to ask most people, just randomly, just go, Arsenal have had an amazing season, haven't they? And they go, yeah, they've been brilliant. They've been unplayable. They've been unreal. Yeah. And then you go, Man City, you go, they're all over the place. Why do Arsenal not have a 15-point lead? And I'm looking at City, and I'm thinking, the happiest manager,
Pep.
It's kind of Guardiola.
Pep. And you know what he's done as well? We, at the start of the season, and I think we all did it, we said, well, if you have the best goalkeeper in the league and you have the best forward in the league, you've got a good chance. And now all of a sudden, Foden's like, well, 1 second, I'm here now. Foden's joined the party all of a sudden from nowhere. Yeah. Foden's like, and now these Foden Saka things are starting.
Do you remember a while back, they got that winner, that last minute winner against Leeds?
Yeah. And
obviously they pressed the self-destruct button a bit, but they rescued it. Sometimes a moment like that, when you've nearly thrown it away, and they had it then against Fulham, where you nearly throw it away, but you don't. Crucially, you don't.
Yeah.
I think sometimes that can be the moment where you go, right. I thought actually what had happened was they nearly threw it away against Leeds. Then they scored 5 goals really quickly against Fulham, and I was like, and then it all went wrong against Fulham. But I think it's one way or the other, isn't it? They're either going to go, okay, right, let's work this defence out. We can win this.
They've become quite, like everyone used to always say, I prefer watching Klopp's Liverpool to City's Guardiola City. They've almost become exciting to watch.
Box office.
Yeah, they've almost become like you want to actually watch a City game because you know it is a bit a bit mad because there is no Rodri who just says nope, not today. It's Reinders and it's Gonzalez. It's a bit different, isn't it?
Man, when they got that Nunes at the back, they're always going to give you a couple of goals.
Yeah, Mateus,
so they have to score.
Yeah, well, I feel sorry for him because he's like, I'm a midfielder.
I'm from Wolves.
You bought me as a midfielder, an attacking midfielder, and now you're playing me fullback. This is unfair.
Mate, you're being kind. He's a joker.
Yeah,
that moment against Calvert-Lewin.
It's not the best.
When he played him a 1-2. Like, wait, what are you doing, mate?
All right, go on. And how do we grade this lot?
I have no idea. See, I don't know. On some level, they've lost loads of games, which is so.
I don't think they have though.
They have
in the league. Yeah, how many have they lost?
They've lost 4. Like City, I think this is right. In the modern era, City once lost 5 and won the league, but that's rare.
Yeah,
they've lost 4 games, and they've lost games that are weird as well. They've lost games they shouldn't have lost.
Who right now? Obviously, a lot can change. Who is favourites to win the league for you?
Arsenal by a mile.
Okay. By a mile.
Arsenal were favourites by. I'd say Arsenal were 60% likely to win the league.
Oh, so they have a 40% City?
No, because I think Chelsea have a percentage. However small the percentage is. Yeah. However small. I mean, and on some level, everyone else has a percentage.
My expectations of where City... Like, for me, this was going to be a league between Liverpool and Arsenal. And City were going to be 3rd or 4th. Yeah. So for the fact that I am filming this with you now today, and I think City have a good chance, suggests to me they've had a good start to the season. City are B-.
Yeah, I think B-. But the season really starts for City New Year's Day, doesn't it?
This is the
and let's
issue.
see what they like. Are they going to win 9 in a row? Yeah. And by the time they play Arsenal again, they'll be 4 points clear of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by January, they could get Elliot Anderson and they could.
Do you think they'll spend? Do you think they'll do that?
If they're close and Pep goes to the hierarchy, we could actually win this. Like, we could win this. Like, this could be our craziest win.
Yeah, they're going by Gay here.
Yeah, and then everyone goes. Haaland goes to Madrid and Pep just goes to America.
Okay, so what are we doing? B-.
B-.
B-. Okay, Brentford. A.
No.
It's an A.
It's a B.
It's an A. We all said they would be relegated.
I'll shake you on A minus. I'll shake you on A minus.
A minus, I can live
A
with.
minus, I'll shake you.
Wait, think about what they did.
Yeah.
They lost everybody. They lost their 2 top goal scorers, their captain, their manager, and they are not going down.
And you know the thing is as well, they've got what I perceived to be at the start anyway was a useless manager.
Yeah.
A manager that Thomas Frank was like, okay, no, you stay there. You're not even coming with me to Spurs. You can stay there.
Out of all the teams that we've ranked so far, they are the best, considering what I thought they would be to where they are.
Beat Liverpool.
They are the best. They took a point off us.
Yeah, they beat Liverpool.
They took a point off us. Yeah. Brentford are the highest mark that we've given out so far.
No.
They are. We haven't given out any A minuses so far.
Oh, wow.
They deserve it. They deserve it. It's correct.
Fair.
What about Fulham? It's all been a bit underwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just not. But they signed nobody.
I heard Bert Leno talking the other day, and he basically went, Marcus Silva's a brilliant manager, and he'll obviously leave. You're like, wait, what? Yeah. Why are you saying that? Even if it's true.
Remember when who's their captain? Remember their captain was trying to basically flog tickets?
Yeah, Sander Burge.
Yeah, I know. Flog tickets. I was okay, for that alone, you're an E.
It's not going well. Really bad. They could go down for them. They won't.
I will give them a D just because they've signed nobody. Literally, Marcus Silva's not been given a check. Sunderland signed more players. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. I think Fulham are what? Yeah, C, D?
C minus.
Yeah, it hasn't been good.
Yeah, C minus.
Here's an interesting one. Let's do Chelsea.
You do Chelsea. Floor is yours.
Okay. I'll give you my thoughts on Chelsea. I can't believe that I'm about to say this, but I believe Chelsea are now in a title race.
You're not in a title race.
The reason we are...
You know you're not in a title race.
No, we are.
Ultimately, you know that when the going gets tough, and we saw it... Look, mate, you was in this position last season.
No.
You was in exactly this position last season.
There are differences.
And as you know, Goodison Park... Yeah. And you kind of, you bottom.
And what happened? But why? Why? What happened? The manager said we aren't in a title race.
As your manager said it?
The manager said that we weren't in a title race last year. Off the back of him saying that, we dropped points to Everton, Sean Dyche Everton. We then lost at Portman Road. Terrible form. The manager said we weren't in one. He's not saying that this year. He's saying that we can do it.
If you're in a title race, then the Premier League isn't what I thought it was, because you can't be in a title race with Robert Sanchez, no centre-backs, and basically no number 9. How are you in that race? But you've got no spine.
Look at what we did. Look at what we did against Arsenal. Another example. So when we played Manchester United, we had Robert Sanchez sent off after a minute or two, right?
Yep.
Went down to 10 men, and the manager completely bottled it. The manager completely got it wrong. And the reason that we lost the game was because the manager took any offensive threat off. Manchester United, they had Casemiro sent off. We had no players on the pitch that could score goals. Terrible management. We lose a man, not just a man, by the way.
Your man.
An icon against Arsenal.
Calm down.
We lose our best player,
yeah.
the most important player. Yeah. Like, when I say we had a man sent off, I could be saying it's Liam Delap. It could be Malagusto.
Yeah.
We had the most important player that we could
Rice Caicedo battle, everyone was talking about it like Keane Vieira. And you lost.
We lost
base,
and we went for it. It's a Chelsea manager. He became a Chelsea manager. He didn't shrink. You know when we're talking about big managers, small managers? Yeah. He was a Chelsea manager.
You just don't have enough, though.
Maybe not.
You just don't have enough.
Maybe not, but Cole Palmer's been out.
Your best position will be second or third. You just don't have enough.
We're in, but we're
you can't go
if
8 games in a row.
We're obviously in a title race.
You can't go. No, you could be miles behind. You could be you could be, as teams have been to City over the years.
We are the third. We are unlikely to win the league, but we are a competitor and need to be considered as a team that could win it.
I need to see you in January. I need to see you in January. I need to see what happens.
I think that's fair.
But go on, grade it.
I think it's been better than I anticipated. I think it's been good. I think it's been a B. It's not quite been an A because of all the silly points that we've dropped.
No, I would say considering what you've done in Europe as well. Yeah.
Beating Barcelona in the way that we did.
3-0.
Yeah, like.
And regardless of the send-off, you kind of bashed them up a little bit. Yeah, you bashed them up a little bit.
And we bashed Arsenal up. It was a very Chelsea performance.
Liked it.
Angry
you
and
said you're going to fight,
and spite.
That's him. That's why I've always been upset with Enzo, because you look at him
Enzo
Maresca, your manager, because you look at him on the touchline, he is that guy. He is fiery, and I'm like, how's that not translated on the pitch yet?
Reece James in midfield. I don't know if we need to be talking about this with regard to England. Reece James, is Reece James better midfield than Adam Wharton?
Is he a better midfielder than Elliot Anderson, is the question.
Yeah, I think he is.
No.
Mate, it's a conversation for another day,
he's
right?
Such a good player.
But I'm gonna go B for Chelsea.
But B's fair.
All to play for.
B's fair.
What about Leeds United?
Dominic Calvert-Lewin tells you all you need to know.
No goals in the team.
Tells you all you need to know. They gambled on him thinking, You know, like you've always said that he had that one season
under
but
Ancelotti.
ultimately he's a crap player that had one good season and he's lived off that one season. And everyone thought, he could still score goals for Leeds. He can't score anything.
Can't score anything.
Can't score anything.
No,
he's not even better than Patrick Bamford.
No,
Sheffield
similar
United.
level. Similar level. Yeah, I think, and you know some of the players that they have at the club, Nonto, Ampadu, Dan James, they're good, right? But are they good?
But I did say they'll go down. I said that they would go back down, but I always gave them a chance because they're Leeds.
It's been flat.
D.
I agree. I'll tell you what now. Sunderland. We're giving another A out.
We're giving another A out, dude.
We're giving another A out.
Giving another A out.
They deserve it.
Yeah. You know, we didn't mention very quickly, I know we're going back, Brentford, because I'm going to... What they did with getting Jordan Henderson's been massive.
In the way that...
Granit
Xhaka.
Yes.
Yeah, agreed.
Granit Xhaka's been... Mate, I've seen Sunderland pods and they've said he's the best player they've ever had. Like, they're going crazy. Like, I'm like, one second, Kevin Phillips. But they're going crazy about him.
Look, they have done so well, Sunderland. It's lovely to see as well.
That's why I don't give a lot of the English managers passes like we want to.
Yeah.
Like Scott Parker. Because this Regis Labrie, can I be honest with you, didn't know much about him.
No, neither did I.
Yeah, and all of a sudden...
If I were to say to you, before the balls kick this season, if I were to say to you, Christmas Day, Sunderland would be above Newcastle, you would have probably taken that bet at 100 to 1.
Yeah.
I'd say Sunderland will be above Newcastle on Christmas Day. Nobody would have believed that
Dude,
couldn't...
imagine if you said Sunderland would be above Liverpool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, people would have said, okay, this is one of Rory's wacky takes.
Yeah.
And, Rory's just trying to say it for the sake. That's how good Sunderland has been.
That's how good Sunderland have been.
So they have to be, mate, they might be
the best team in the league in
A.
terms of ranking.
They
I agree.
might be
an
A.
actual A. They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, they are.
I think Sunderland are A.
Mate, think of everything we just said about Chelsea.
They
won at Stamford Bridge. They won at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, A.
They're an A. They're amazing. They're an A. I mean, you mentioned them there, Liverpool. Liverpool are very difficult because I don't quite know how low we go. But can I just say something before we
wait.
this?
What's the lowest mark we've given so far?
We've given a U, haven't we?
No, have we given a U?
I think we've given U to someone who just didn't compete.
Okay.
Wolves. Yeah, we've given a U to Wolves. Can I just say something about Liverpool? I've been looking at the league. As you know, I've decided or rationalised it that Chelsea are in a title race. I've therefore been looking at the table. Let me tell you what I've done here.
I'm telling you now.
I've looked at the league table.
Yes.
And Liverpool have been so bad.
Yes.
But Liverpool's run of fixtures is unbelievably generous.
Yeah.
They then play Arsenal at the end of those fixtures. And I was thinking, right, I now believe Chelsea can win the league. So I want people to not be in the title race. I want to say Villa can't win the league. I want to say Man United can't win the league. I want to say Liverpool can't win the league. And I looked at Liverpool's, I was like, they bloody can. Why are they still in touch? How bad has everyone else been? They're not. Why are they not blown away?
Mate, I looked at it as you did when we beat West Ham. I was like, hang on.
Yeah.
1 second. How many points were we behind City?
Yeah.
Because it was City I looked at and I was like, that doesn't make sense.
I know.
I couldn't quite work it out. My only issue.
Your fixtures are so nice as well.
You know
horror.
that I can't believe I'm going to say this. This is horrible. The best thing that could happen is Salah going to AFCON.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say.
Yeah, so he doesn't have that issue of dropping Salah because Verts off the right now seems to be the thing. And there's a lot of talk about Ekitike off the left and Isak through the middle.
Beautiful goal.
And it just,
Isak scored
everyone
against
moves
West Ham.
around.
That first time snooker,
how good is that
it.
finish, by the way? Really good finish. And then they run back and help, which Salah doesn't do anymore. Yeah,
Mate,
Liverpool got a chance. If we can get a run of 3 games in a row,
win
just
3 in a row.
We win 3 in a row, get 9 or 12 points, whatever.
Yeah.
There's a chance that we are
knocking on the door. And then you have the big games. Then you're playing City, then you're playing Arsenal,
and you're waiting
then
for
you're
them
playing
to slip
Chelsea.
up.
Yeah.
Will they ever stumble? Will Arsenal just go through? Or will they start to kind of get a bit, a bit worried? It's still, though, an E.
Yeah, probably is. Considering the transfer
it could be less.
Champions and then $500 million spent.
Yeah, it could be worse than that, but I'm going to go an E for Liverpool.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I was ready to say this could be as bad as Wolves, but then you look at where they are in the league and you look at the amount of points they're behind the ultimate winner, whoever the ultimate winner becomes, and you're like, how are they still in this?
Don't know. I don't know.
How are they still in this?
I almost feel like people have got like the Champions League games mixed up with the League Cup games.
Dropping points all over the place.
It looks bad because we got smashed by Palace in the League Cup. We then dropped
They've lost 9 out of 13.
Yeah,
but there's loads
in
of
the
Europe.
league. It's actually like 4 out of 5. Yes, it's not as bad as people think.
Okay, so Nottingham Forest. I mean, you've got to remember, this is their third manager of the season.
Yeah, it's difficult to grade Forest.
Third manager of the season. It hasn't gone well, has it?
It hasn't gone well, especially considering how well it went last season. Players want out. Let's be honest, Morgan Gibbs was desperate to go, wasn't he? Sean Dyche has come in. He's won a couple. He's lost a couple.
I think it's been a bad season. Like everything, it was a bad summer.
What did the teacher give you as an average grade? What did the teacher give you?
They're on the third manager of the season.
Yeah, but we're grading the ownership as well. That's what we said at the start.
If we're grading everything, they've made a mess of it. They've put it right. They're not going to go down. No, but they've made a pig's ear of it.
Yeah.
E for Forest.
E for Forest.
Yeah. West Ham United, another club that have made a mess of it.
F.
You.
Yeah, I think
terrible ownership.
I think they're all over the
Everyone's
place.
gone to pot. Jared Bowen.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Jared Bowen.
I couldn't believe it.
He had a great chance against Liverpool.
Very good mate of mine, West Ham fan. Goes home and away and that. Sick of Bowen.
What?
Couldn't believe it. Yeah. I didn't know that either.
You know who I'm sick of?
Sick of Bowen.
Paquetá. Yeah. I don't know what he did the other day. It was naughty or not.
Just like begged to get sent off.
Yeah, and I'm like, you've gone from a player that I genuinely believe could walk into every team in the league. To a player that sulks and just
gets himself sent off.
Yeah, just doesn't care. I don't really want to care.
And then the ownership, the stadium, the way that the club is run, they've had Graham Potter. It's
all
a mess.
Over the place.
It's a mess.
What did we say? E or F? What did we say?
F. Terrible. I mean, West Ham, they won't, but they could go down.
West Ham could 100% go down.
That's how bad it's been.
Yeah, West Ham fans think they're going to go down.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
It'd be great. No. Everton. It's a grand old team to play for.
Dickinson Hill Stadium.
It's a grand old...
I hate that name.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
I think that they have had
Tony
a very
Bellew, good
season.
friend of mine, season ticket holder, says he hates it. He loves the stadium, but he says to get to it. A bit like the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. He said it's awful.
Is it?
Just to go to, like, how they've not, like, knowing about the transport links.
That'll come.
Okay.
That'll come.
No.
Like, people will learn, like,
Everyone has their
there's
route.
nowhere to park, and they'll create a...
Yeah.
I think it's been a decent season.
Been a very decent season. Very, very decent
Considering where they
season.
were, like this time last year, was under Dyche.
Yeah.
To where they are now, new stadium, winning big games.
Someone who understands
mid-table.
the club better than anyone else in David. What do I keep doing, David?
Moyes, you're glamorising.
Yeah. Jack Grealish has played well.
Yeah, king, isn't he?
Not as well as you think, you know. I know you love him. He had like 4 great games, vanished, and he's had like 2 good games.
King.
Yeah.
I think they're having a good season.
I think they are a solid C.
Yeah, I agree. Solid, maybe B.
B minus.
They're going to finish. They are
minus.
going to finish somewhere between, if it goes really well, 7th. If it goes really badly, it can only go
12th.
so badly. Yeah.
12th. And considering the last 4 seasons have been relegation battles, you're probably right. It's probably a B.
B. And therefore, let's now painfully discuss Arsenal Football Club.
A.
Is it that easy?
It's an A.
I agree with you.
It's an A. It's unfortunate. It's an A.
Have they surprised you quite how brilliant they've been?
Yeah.
And me.
Yeah. Even their efficiency when it comes to set plays and set pieces has really annoyed me.
It's like, perfection on training ground, isn't it?
I'm watching it and nothing's by luck here. Like Declan Rice's balls into the like all of a sudden Jurriën Timber's like 7 foot tall. He can't miss a header, that kid. Like they've got the best squad by some distance.
Yeah.
Like even against you boys, and you've done well, but there's no Gabriel and Saliba.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't take Van Dijk and Kanate and then Gomez and
expect to get anything out of a London derby.
Zubimendi's turned up.
He's a player.
I'm like,
he's a player.
Just silky. Declan Rice, if it all ended right now, is the best player this season. If it all ended right now, he's the best player. He's won all the trophies.
He's become a sort of flawless midfielder, hasn't he? Like a swashbuckling personality midfielder.
This is the biggest compliment I can give him. He would have handled himself in that Gerrard, King, Vieira era. Lampard, Scholes. He would have been one of those that you think, it's going to be a battle here between them lot.
Is there? So we're giving them an A now, and I do agree with you.
Giving them an A.
It's only an A at the end of the season if they win the league.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
They can't have an A season and finish second.
No.
They've
only lost 1 game, and is that Liverpool?
They've only lost 1 game.
And
but they've
drawn 3.
They have.
But like, they've dominated teams in Europe, dude.
They have.
Like that was a very that Bayern Munich side, you could say second best team in Europe.
Well, I mean, Mikel Arteta said they're the best team in Europe.
There you go. Apart from a 15-minute swing, they destroyed them.
Yeah,
they've got.
They look to me to be imperious. They look flawless. They look perfect. If there's a weakness, what is it? Gyökeres, the goals. Do you think? There's goals from all over the team.
But yeah, I was about to say that because then Eze all of a sudden now has decided to bring his Crystal Palace boots to the team. Saka isn't as important to them now because Madueke and Eze kind of can do what he can do. Trossard always nicks a goal.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen
Mikel
he's almost
Merino.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Like,
Mikel Marino's the best finisher at the club. It's unbelievable.
And then
finisher.
they've got the best centre-back partnership when fit. Their injuries is going to be their only downfall. That's the only
themselves.
thing. Or Arteta, who hasn't won it,
things.
and he starts overthinking things. Like we used to say that about Pep in Europe, like he overthinks it too much. And I think he might overthink things because ultimately they get their best 11 on the pitch, you're dead. They're just too.
They're better than you at everything, aren't they? Arsenal, like, it must be very difficult to play against somebody. And when I say somebody, this is applicable to the 11 in Arsenal. You know, when I play and I'm up against a winger and he's stronger than me, fitter than me, faster than me, more skillful than me, harder than me. You know, okay,
you missed one out.
What can I do?
You missed one out that Arsenal have now that everyone in the league.
Go on.
Bigger.
Presence.
Arsenal used to be a Rosicky.
You could bully them. You could leave one on them. Leave one on them. Yeah.
Now they're all like 6'2".
Yeah.
Like even Calafiore's 6'2".
Yeah.
Timber's 6 foot. Like they're all massive. Their smallest player is probably the goalkeeper. Yeah. Honestly, they're all big, and I've actually seen Saka face to face. Saka looks like he's 5'6". He's not. Saka's taller than me.
He's got some presence, Saka.
He's taller
I've
than
never
me.
met him.
I'm 5'10". He's taller than me.
Yeah.
So mate, they're just units all over the place.
Yeah,
it's serious. It's an A season.
It's an A season so far.
It's an A season.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, that concludes it. Happy with that?
I think, how many A's did we give out in the end?
Sunderland, 3, I think.
Sunderland, Brentford, Arsenal.
Yes, about right.
About right.
Thank you so much to everybody for watching this video. Hugely appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Before you go anywhere, make sure that you click the link in the description below. You will find a link to Ade Oladipo's YouTube channel. There is some fantastic
greatest in the world
boxing content going on over there. Make sure that you go and subscribe. Say that Rory sent you. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we'll see you in a bit. Ta-da!